Hey y'all. Hey Ree, if you're still having trouble, if you're here, hey Rip it, Jeffrey, Spencer, I'm gonna drop the link in the thing in the chat and you could just click on it if that'll work. Let me call you, Ree. I'm gonna mute you guys for just a minute so you don't hear a phone call. Hey Michael, hey Victoria. I'm making a phone call for my co-host tonight. Hey Apple Creek, how you doing? Stormkeeper, how you guys doing? Hey Sean. All right, guys, look. While I'm waiting on my guest, she's having my co-host, a friend of mine. Um, she's having a hard time. I wanted to let you guys know we are up to almost 40 guys already. So come on, guys. If you haven't sent me your picture, just your face, like we did the women, it's gonna be respectful and everything. So I give the men in the community their props for supporting us strong women. So I need your videos. So, all right. She just got my message about the link. So I'm going to be dropping a link, but this is only for my co-host tonight for Ree. So Ree, let me know when you're in the chat so I could drop it. Hey nephew, how you doing? It's good to see you. Muggsy, Sean. I've got everybody else so far. So there you are, Ree. All right. I'm going to send the invite to the chat for you. All right. There you go. So you could just click that link. Oh, yeah. I met Ree, wow, a while ago. And on Menace's platform, actually, we hit it off. She's, hey, Running with Scissors. How you doing, sis? Hey, Dirt. And we're two older women. And she retired and was starting some music and some a new chapter in her life. So Tim interviewed her. You got to hear some of her music that Tim interviewed her. And then I hadn't seen her a while. And then I did, and we started talking, and we've been trying to get on a panel together for a while, but schedules. There she is. There's my sister. How you doing, girl? Your mic is not working.
It's not.
Oh, there it is. You just hadn't talked
Hey,
yet.
can you hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Hey.
How you been? You still been doing your music or been busy?
Yeah, I'm still doing my music. I get an echo. Is that crazy?
Not on this end, you're not. Do you have something open, another tab? You have my chat up, my live up. So go and click it and you have to mute it or shut it down, the YouTube part.
Okay, gotcha.
That should fix it for you. Got it?
Okay, I think that's better.
All righty. So
Hey,
people
everybody.
people think when we're older women that our life is over. We have nothing the value to give to society anymore. Don't you get that from some of these younger people?
Sometimes, yeah, I get that, especially like from my children.
Yes. They like want to
Hmm.
put us out to pasture already. Like, I already know what I'm doing. I don't need your advice. And it's like, and then you watch them
Oh,
make the mistakes that we did.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
hey, dummy. Hey, Ghost. Hey, Denise. So, so you retired. I quit working. I didn't have to work anymore, and then I find I'm back to work because I wanted to
Right.
and
Right.
then you've gone back to work.
Yeah. Working way more than I um thought I would be, but then it's kind of good too. Um yeah, I was retired for like fully retired for about 6 years, and then I was sort of partially retired for like the last 2.5 years. But as of the last few months, I've been working a lot more than I had been. So I'm a nurse, and I work in a prison. I think I told you that before.
Yep. Yep.
So, but I'm still going out. I'm still doing music. I'm still have trying to live my best life, because that's what is I have found to be the most important of everything. So that's what's up. That's what I've been doing.
You know what I notice? What they don't understand is we work our butts off, or let's put it this way: we work our asses off trying to raise our family, um, get bills paid, secure, secure in our life. And then our kids, we raise them, they grow up. Then it's our turn. They're
Right.
like, oh, when you're older, you shouldn't be on YouTube or you shouldn't be going out to the clubs. What the hell not? If
Right.
I can still shake it and move better and know all what your dances are about, and I want to get on here, you know what? I've lived what you're going through. Maybe instead of criticizing, maybe ask like, well, how the hell were you able to get where you're at? Because I'm struggling.
Right.
Hey, come at me the right way. I'm going to give you some good advice, right?
Right.
And
Right.
we've got advice to tell these youngins how to do, how they're why they're struggling, how the best way to do it.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
want to listen.
Yeah. I have kids that are spaced apart. Um so I went like 30 years raising kids
Mine are
because
5.5 years apart. How far are
yeah,
yours?
they're 10 years apart. And
Whoa.
so I went like pretty much, like 30 years raising somebody. And the older one is a little bit more understanding of what my struggle has been, and appreciates who I am now. The younger one, not so much. She didn't listen. She doesn't listen as much. She doesn't really like listen to me, because I don't know if it's just too much of an age difference between us, because it's like a 35-year age difference between us versus a 24-year age difference between me and the other one.
Yeah.
So the other one tends to listen a lot, or tends to come to me more about things, and we're kind of the two of us are kind of looking at the younger one like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
just wait.
Yep. You know what a lot of people don't understand is when the girls start to hit teenage years, they do become, and I'm going to say it, we're called bitches for a reason, right? But some people forget that we start training as teenagers. And
Right.
usually moms and daughters go at each other hard. And
Yeah.
usually when they get a certain age, especially when they have kids, it's more like, wow, I know what you were trying to tell me, mom.
Yeah.
I have one that's like, you can't tell her anything. She already knows it all. The book's been written by her. She's been
Mhm.
around the earth thousands of times. And you just want to look at her and be like, okay, when you
Yeah.
fall, don't call mommy.
How old is that one?
Um, I'm not going to put that out because of
Oh,
the,
okay. Okay, I forgot. She might she might
yeah.
come back and watch.
You
Yeah.
give out, we're an open book, me and my husband, but we don't talk about, our extended family or our children. I mean, generally we do, but not like specific details. But,
Gotcha, I
you know,
understand. I
yeah.
get
Um, but I was lucky being a grandmother though, be having kids is an amazing thing to be a mom. But being a grandparent, I don't know about you if you're a grandparent yet, but
yeah, I
I got
am.
4 boys and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I
You
have,
got
2 grandsons, and,
okay.
I totally enjoyed them. The first little, grandson, they're young. They're only like 4 and 6, But
Okay.
the 6-year-old actually stayed with me for about the first year, so he still calls me mommy. Um,
Yep.
yeah, I'm real close to both of them, but the older one is he really, I'm really close to him. And because that was my very first grandbaby, and he was the first boy because I have two girls. So,
Uh,
oh God, that's so exciting. So, and he just started school. Well, no, he's been in school now a year. So, it's like a first all over again. And then he actually mirrors the oldest daughter. He looks exactly like her.
okay.
It's like getting the same baby back. That was nice.
My oldest grandson's 14. I have
Oh,
all
wow.
boys because I have two girls, two boys.
Yeah. Okay, got
Me
you.
and Tim blended. So we have four grandsons, no granddaughters. And my daughter was one that I ended up raising, having my grandson with me every day for 5 years. And then I got hurt and sick, and I was in the hospital. And I wondered if something happened to me, was I gonna my grandson gonna have my daughter? Well, I did help the dad get primary. They both have joint custody, but he now has primary. So I went back to being grandma.
Okay.
And it's still hard though, because I was used to every day. So was he. So us saying
Mhm,
goodbye on the weekends when we see each other, he gets a little, and I always tell him,
mhm.
don't worry, grandma, but I
Yeah.
helped, I helped deliver him with the
Oh,
doctor because I had more strength than the nurse to kind of use that towel around the hips for the
mhm,
pelvic to help her.
mhm.
So I got to do that. I cut the cord and I was the first one. I actually held him and put him against her.
Yeah, I did
So
that too with the
I
first
love
one.
all my grandsons, but he's
Mhm.
my favorite. You're
Yeah,
always gonna have a favorite. I don't care what
yeah.
everybody says. Hey, Triple T, he's telling you hi, Miss Rita.
Hey, I can't see Triple T. I can't see the chat because it,
No.
echoes. So,
And
yeah.
Minna says, you're beautiful, so don't be afraid to smile more.
Oh, that's what he said to me?
Yep, Minna's did.
Tell him I got some I got Invisalign in, so I can't really I can't really smile or talk.
And Stax is here with his mom from you've heard of the Screet team?
Yeah.
Stax 7. Okay, well he's in here with his mom and he's yelling at her to go home, teasing her that she's drunk.
Oh, okay.
He teases her and trolls her like we all troll each other over here.
Oh,
You're
okay, okay. Is Menace down there too?
Yep, Menace is down here laughing.
Menace, how you doing? I
Well, I
haven't
tell
seen
people
you.
I met you over there one
Yes,
night. That's how I met you. Gosh, it's been
yes.
almost a year now
Yeah,
that we've
I'll never
known each
forget
other.
that first night I came onto his page. Me and my daughter discovered that page, but that was a lot of fun meeting all of his people. So everybody, and it's nice. That's what I like, how
Thanks,
things
Hopscotch.
connect. That's a network.
Yep. And when we met, I even had to warn you again. Hey, Caparo and Denise wrote and Hopscotch. I said, now anything offends you because if you haven't actually remember me being on a panel before, if cussing or sex talk, and you're like, oh no, not at our age, everything flies. I've heard you.
Yeah,
I was like, that's right, you
yeah,
have. We
yeah. We used to doing it, hamming it up. And
Yeah, I
I
wondered
haven't
where
been
you
on
disappeared.
because, I've been on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, Facebook, believe it or not.
Okay.
Good old Facebook. Um, they have a business platform. I don't know if anybody knows about it. Where people are trying to they're actually build out their Facebook, just like people are trying to build out their YouTubes. And I'm
Right.
actually, for some reason, very successful at this Facebook platforming. So now I'm up to like 17,000 subscribers on Facebook. So it's not like I haven't
Good.
been doing anything. It's
Oh, I
just that
gotcha.
I found that Facebook niche seems to work a little better for Reese Steel Bloom. So
Yeah.
that's why you guys haven't really seen me, because I kind of been on there engaging, and the only thing is that the audience is hard to get to your audience on Facebook. It's a little easier on YouTube to get to your audience that you need, or that people that are going to listen to
Well,
whatever your
you
niche
can
is.
stream on Facebook from YouTube too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All you
Oh,
have
that's
to do
nice.
is like share. when you go live up at the top, when you can
Yeah.
put share the link, and you can put it out there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna
So,
start going lives. I'm thinking about doing some more creative stuff with
hey,
the
Purple.
Restill Bloom.
Well, for
My
me, when we talked, you had been working again, full. You went back and doubled your hours again that you weren't. So when me and you started talking and got to catch up, I was like, "That's where you've been in the Facebook." And are you doing the music on Facebook?
just no, I've just I haven't been able to do the music like I want to but I've been still recording a few things.
I
But
figured you would.
I can't never stop doing. I'm working on a beat right now. I can't stop
Oh
doing that.
yeah.
So, but I haven't. I want to create some more projects. So I'm working on a Steppers album. That's where I'm trying to go with my music. I want to start tapping into the Steppers community. You heard of stepping? Have you guys heard of stepping?
Uh,
No.
I'm trying to think. I've thought I've heard of it before. I know what
It-
the.
It's almost like ballroom dancing,
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
but
But
it's R&B. It's
oh,
R&B, and they
okay.
have this whole community where people get dressed up, they put on the fanciest digs, and they go out on Friday and Saturday nights and they step. And they're all in real good shape. You should see them, Lori. They look good.
I'll have
They're
to check it
all
out.
our age. They're our age and older, probably 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and they look good.
Okay.
They listen to this real swanky type music, it's jazzy R&B sort of. So I'm trying to more tap into their community because it fits me too. I'm not a stepper though. That's the only thing.
You can
Um
learn. You can learn.
it's not that. It's how we have ailments and things that prevent us
Yes,
from doing certain things.
I got you. Okay. Okay.
But I could sing to them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I can get out there and sing. So I'm trying to create like a steppers album, a steppers video, and include them in it and connect to that community. So that's what I've been working on too. So hopefully in the next couple of months I'm going to create like a steppers um video where I'm showcasing them, and then also showing off, like some of my music too, kind of throw my stuff in there with it. And so that's what I'm working on for 2024 with Reese Steel Bloom.
But you see, here we are in our 50s, and ain't nothing slowing us down.
Mm-mm. Because we know that, and I don't know if anybody can kind of imagine if you are in your 50s and you got these dreams and aspirations, but yet 20 years from now you're going to be in your 70s if you get to live. And that's
Yep.
the thing, because we don't know if we're going to live another day, another month,
Yep.
another, you know what I mean? So
Yep.
everything that we might want to do, we really got to go for it, because if we don't, then what? You'll look up, if we do happen to make it to age 70, 75. We don't want to look back and be like, well, I had that opportunity and I chose not to do it because I thought I was too old, or because I
Yep.
didn't, we got to try. We have no choice but to go
Yep.
for it. So
You
that's
know
why
what I go ahead.
yeah,
That's why you
that's why I go so hard. And yeah, I had to work, because we're gonna have to support ourselves, period. We do.
yep.
But we still have to live our dreams too. We still have to. We have no choice. We can't even put it off. We can't even say tomorrow. We have to do it right now.
This is what I even say. I don't give a rat's ass what people think. My ass gonna do what I want to do. I'm at that
I
age. I don't care. They don't like how I talk. Move it. I don't need you. I'm at my age where I always say when you're 20, without unless God steps in, you've got 20 years on you still got 20 years. When you're 30, God willing, you still have another 30. You start hitting 40, you ain't guaranteed double that life anymore. And now you can see yourself on the down half, the backside
right.
of it. And you're gonna have to live your life balls to the wall is what I say.
Yeah.
You don't have to have balls, but it's balls to the wall. Put your foot to the pedal, drive your ass as fast as you can, head on into that next phase
Yeah.
of your life. And I didn't think I was going to be even on YouTube. Tim
Right.
was
Look at you.
Yeah, 3 years he was on here. I never even stepped foot. I was doing my life, doing my own thing, and then it was just like one night I went in the room with him. He gave me we shared a headset, and we started going back and forth having fun.
Mhm.
And here I am
Here you
15
are.
months later.
And
Yeah.
still growing and still
Yeah.
doing, and it has nowhere to go but up,
Yeah.
right?
So, and in the last year that I've been on, I've met amazing people. I mean, you and
Yeah.
me met just by accident, by being in another room
Too.
and just opening up to somebody in a chat.
You too.
You know,
Networking.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't even
Networking.
think about you and me as friends as networking.
Right.
We just happened to meet about a year ago,
Yeah.
start talking in the chat where I met Purple and Muff and we all just started joking. And here we are, all these women somehow supporting Menace. What the hell are we crazy for? Look at Menace.
And
All right, he said
he's
he's got to
amazing.
run, but he loves us. So
Yeah, he's amazing. So, and I think
yeah,
all
we're
of
just
them are amazing.
yeah,
I love the community. I love the group. I like everybody. I like listening to their music. And what's that song, Purple Hearts? I go back and listen to that song all the time, and he knows because I'll go in there and tell him, I just listened to your song again. I just love it. I love the music and KSN and everybody. So, and we did a collab too, this little small one, and hopefully one day we can do something with that. But I really enjoyed doing it. I
yeah,
enjoyed um, doing some ad libs or whatever. So
yeah,
yeah, so it's nowhere I feel but up, and we gotta try. We gotta
yeah,
get out here and try. So what I find too when you talked about not giving a rat's ass about it's true, and I'm like that at work. Now, my tolerance at work has totally changed from who I was maybe 30 years ago. I used to be
yeah.
so docile and nice and sweet, and now if I see things going on in the workplace that is, how you see things when you're younger, you might not say anything. You might just kind of look.
Little timid, like wondering if
Mhm.
you should or should. Yep.
I don't do that anymore. I'm like, oh, that's wrong. I tell them, or I'll be
Yep.
like, I'm out of here. ain't gotta I ain't gotta take this. And my cousin, she's my age, and she does the same thing. And we're like, we don't have no tolerance when you get older. You don't have no tolerance for anything that's crazy. You just be like, I'm out of here. I ain't gotta put
Yep.
up with that. Bye.
Whether it's man or women, we just ain't got the tolerance for stupidity anymore. I
Yeah,
mean, it's that simple. You want to be stupid, you want to act a fool, and you make a mistake thinking our age is our weakness. That's where you're
right,
wrong. We
right,
didn't get to be this age
right,
by being stepped on. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So
Mhm.
they can kiss my butt. If I want to do a live and talk about all sex all night long, I'm not talking like to a specific man or woman, like, oh, let's get it on because I'm happily married.
You gonna make
But if
them
I
live
want to
that
clown
now.
somebody, yeah, I want to clown somebody and say, you know what? God gave you a big nose, so I know because he felt guilty shorting you down below. It's just trolling each other. They'll come back and say, Lori, I got your AARP card. I said, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
It's okay with me because I don't
Sorry.
have no problem with
Y'all
that shit.
when you get yours, y'all gonna be like, hey, it's here.
Yeah. They teased Tim about doing reactions, but yet his energy and everything is still a lot better than most of these younger
Right,
reactors out here.
right.
And I'll take him to a club and I usually just sit down to watch him go because the dances he could do them all from the past to all he has to do is watch
Right,
them.
right.
He
'Cause
loves that dancing.
yeah, he got that old school in him.
He does. Yep. He sure
I,
does.
what did you guys do for New Year's?
Actually, because this was the first one, we didn't have our grandbaby because usually the dad and the mom always let us have him for New Year's, but they had plans with some family this year. Me and him did. Did a New Year's Eve live together. Did the countdown with the community, and something we've always done is when first got together, he was only an E4, and
Mhm.
I was out of the army. We had our kids, so we always only could afford like the Boone's Farm, the $1.99 or $2.99. So
Okay,
every year we
very
always
cute.
a bottle of Boone's Farm. So at midnight, we do one little toast because we don't drink. So we
Oh,
do our toast together to remind us where we came and how far we've come.
oh,
And
wow.
then we always make sure the first kiss is together. Or if we have our grandson, we both kiss his cheek at the same time and then slip behind and kiss each other.
Oh,
And so that's what we did. So we just had to stay at home.
okay.
Hey,
So,
Stormy, glad tell the heifers love. Thank you. So,
well, I went to a New Year's Eve day party. Because now that's like you were saying, it's a lot more to do for people my age, and they have like 55 and older dance things and parties and all kinds of stuff here in Atlanta for people my age and older. And I said, well, okay, I'll go because it was from check this out, y'all. 12 to 5 was the time. And
they're thinking people want to take a nap at 5 o'clock, I guess.
I said, okay, that's actually that sounds okay. So I get there and I swear, y'all, it was somebody coming up the hill with a walker. And I was in the car like, I'm not going to this. Y'all, I am not. They got a walker. I said, I'm not going to this. And I've had a walker before. And I mean, it's not that I have a problem with people with walkers, but I'm going to a party with the walker where y'all got the walker. I went on and went in because I wanted to see my friends. I said, well,
Right.
I can't back out because we all were gonna meet up. The man came with the lady with the walker. They were the main hit on the dance floor. She had that walker on the dance floor dancing, and her husband was dancing. We had the time of our life at that little party during the daytime on New Year's Eve. We did the toast, the champagne. Everybody was dressed up. They did live music with they went all the way back to like the Marvellas Temptations and all of that. They were dancing and singing, and everybody had a ball at this New Year's Eve day party. So I'm having a
Oh,
good time. I'm having a real good time, and I made it home by about 8 o'clock because when we left there, we had time to go out and eat.
yep. Grab a couple drinks together and get home safe and sound. Yeah.
Yeah, we went out to eat, and then we still got home by a reasonable time. So, I said, I can't believe that my age, I'm out here partying like this. So,
Yeah.
and working too. But
Mhm.
that's the beauty, y'all. When your kids do grow up, for people who have the small kids right now, you're gonna get your life back because you forgot you had one. That's the
Yep.
problem. We had a life, you forget you had a life. And you used to go out and you used to have a good time, you used to have time to yourself, used to sleep late. I know you don't remember this because you got kids now. But when the kids get older, like 18 and they gone, you're gonna have a little emptiness. You're gonna be a little sad
Mhm.
for a while, but then you're gonna look
Yes.
around and be like, you know what?
Party for
You get
myself.
your life back. You get
What
your
about you get
back.
to sleep naked again? You
You
get to get
yeah.
up in the middle of the night with no clothes on if you have to use the
Yep.
bathroom. You eat when you want to eat. It's
Yep.
not
You
this,
eat.
you
You
don't have to
don't
be going
care.
here, here. Yep.
I used to be such a nitpicker. I'm real, I used to always be trying to teach them how to clean and all of this. I don't care. I'll be like, you know what? I'll pick that up tomorrow. I ain't even worry about it.
Yep.
Because, you just you don't have that worry anymore. You get older, it's just like, okay,
Mhm.
I don't eat as much. I don't know about you. I don't eat as
Mm-mm.
much.
No.
Um,
I
you just
find time to go to the gym for myself now.
yeah,
I can go swimming and tanning if I want to go outside
yeah,
and lay down and get a book and just tan out in the sun. I
yep,
don't have to answer to nobody and except for myself. And yes, of course I'm married, so we don't have to answer to each other, but we do respect each other. You know what I mean?
and time
And
together.
yeah. And you know what? It's just me and him where when you have kids, you have to do laundry all the time and get everything set up. It's me and Tim. We could do laundry. I do it once a week, unless something big and he's like went away for the week and comes back and's got me a week's worth of clothes because he went with Outlaw Nation on tour or something. Then I got a whole bunch of clothes. But
Yeah,
like I said, we got enough clothes. We can go as many days as we want, but I'll once a week I'll do laundry, sometimes more, but it's not it just like the dishes. It's
Right.
me and him. I load the dishwasher. I could go 3 days before I need to do
Right.
dishes because it's just me and him.
Right.
We eat out a lot now because I don't have to worry about cooking so much.
Right, right, yeah, and I do a lot of leftovers too. It's like I
Yep.
went back to that single life that I used to have before and had forgot all about it, and
Yes.
so it's nice, and then you have grandkids that can come over on the weekends, you know,
Yes.
and
But
then
you
you
know,
say
one thing they forget is now everybody looking forward to having your life back is amazing.
yeah,
But enjoy the time you have with your kids because I'm going to tell you, there's going to come a time you're going to miss that kid busting in and saying, Mommy, Mommy, I love you, or giving you that hug. Because as they start getting puberty and older, the hugs become few unless they want something. And it's like, Mom, I love you. And it's like, what do you want? I need 20 bucks. You know what I mean? And then when they're gone, you miss that sometimes. You'll get that text nowadays. In the past, they would call you. Now it's a text.
yeah,
Hey, I love you. Or hey
yeah,
mom, can you help me with my insurance this month? Or hey mom, can you do this? And it's like, you
yeah,
just miss it. So don't rush to have your life back and let those kids grow up, but because you will miss it. But then you get your grandbabies and then you forget your kids. You're like, oh,
yeah,
daughter who? Son who? Give me my grandbabies. Go.
yeah,
Yes, okay, yeah, go.
yeah, yeah. My daughter, the youngest one, grew up that's another thing too. I found when she turned 14, time just flew from there. It just went really fast from her freshman year up to graduating, and I didn't want it. I was treasuring every moment because see, I had went through that with the first one, so I knew this second time around to really, like you said, embrace
Appreciate
it,
it.
treasure it. And unfortunately, it still got, she still slipped right away, and that was it, and she was gone. Once they started driving, they gone. That's it. Cause once she got her license, I remember taking her to go get it. She asked me about the car that was in the driveway and was she gonna be able to drive it? And I said, "Yeah, we saved it for you, you can drive it." And then she was off, and I didn't see her no more until it was time to go to her
Yep.
graduate.
Between their job and school and their
Yeah,
friends,
it's work.
16.
Mhm.
It's like my daughter, she's always was asking, "Can I drive the Corvette? Can I drive the Camaro?" And it's like, "No." But then I'll let my grandbaby just get in there and he'll grab the steering wheel. He'll bring his juice in my Corvette. He'll bring it in the Camaros. And she's like, I was like, he's my little king. He can do what he wants. It's going to be his one day. I'm keeping it just so, when he's older, it's going to be. And my daughter's like, what? I'm your daughter. You
Even
gave me a grandkid. I don't need anything else from you. Go ahead. Go, go, go. I had my time with you. Now it's little me. She
right.
gets so mad at me.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So it's
Yeah.
just crazy. But if people ever took the time to talk to somebody in their 50s or their 60s, and everybody thinks their experiences, their mistakes are theirs to make, and they are. But what they don't realize is guarantee that all of us in our 50s have already went through what everybody in their 20s and 30s are right now. The
Right.
struggles, worrying about paycheck to paycheck, wondering about the kids who won't sleep or sick, their medical bills. There is so much that they could learn that we navigated and we figured it out,
Yeah.
especially those of us that managed to figure it out to be secure at this age. By the time you're 50, if you're secure,
Yeah.
think, think about that. You need to
Mm,
talk to these older people instead of living paycheck to paycheck. Wonder, like, well, if I'm living paycheck to paycheck, how did they save up to be living like this?
yeah.
There's, Tim used to joke that I could take $1 and I can stretch it for 30 days. Now, really, I couldn't, but it felt that way at
Ye
times.
yeah.
So
We're
it's
different.
it's crazy. We are. And
Yeah.
I don't like the softness that society. I see some of these people, men crying like little girls are getting to play. Look at how hard our great grandparents fought to let us have rights like scholarships for sports. Now
Right.
we're giving it away, letting men take our girls' spots for the
Oh,
future. Think about that.
mm,
They're just handing away, and and nobody's like, wait a minute. We tell our daughters they could be whatever they want to be. Well, how
Right.
many depend on sports scholarships to get out and get into college to get that advantage that we're just giving away to
Right.
men who couldn't hack it as a man to play a sport, but
Ooh,
then go become a woman just for the sport
Lord.
and dominate?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It
And
is.
the other thing that is an issue similar to that is Spelman College. Have you ever heard of it?
Yep. They made a big thing. It was even on A Different World. Do you remember that show? It was always Spelman's College. They
Yeah,
highlighted that.
it's kind of like going, yeah. Well,
Yep.
after Bill Cosby went through whatever he went through, he was a big donor for Spelman. And so Spelman was able to stay private for many years
Yep.
because because they took donations mostly. They didn't get money from the state. And so they weren't bound by the laws because you wonder how can you continue to run an all woman college? How can you do that? You know what I mean? Without breaking laws.
Yep.
So once he got in all that trouble because they're women and because he was kind of accused of crimes against women, they gave back his donation. They gave back major amounts of money, like I want to say in the like upwards of 40 million. So this affected the endowment, and so that forced them to have to take money from the state. Well, now you got to start accepting men in
Public. Yep.
college, and so now you got the issue of men coming in and rooming with the women and things like that. So that's another major
Yeah.
issue that came up, and so now scholarships that were intended for Shaquisha from the Bronx are now being given to men that do you see where I'm going with that?
Yep.
Same thing,
Yep.
same
Yep.
similar situation. So it's our world is changing, and ain't nothing we can do about it.
But we could. It's 1% of the population that we're bowing down to.
Yeah.
If
So
everybody stood up, I mean, they're deliberately trying to sow anger between everybody of all people.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's it's a lot going on that's changing right before our eyes, and it's because we're being allies, but at the same time it's hurting us. You know
Yep.
what I mean? We're trying to be open and be allies, but at the same time it's coming back and
It
and
is.
is and hitting us in the butt. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. It's like you give an inch and
They
then
want, yeah. I
mm,
believe in equality, but then it's all of a sudden then it was like, well, you've had us stifled for so long. Now it's our turn to dominate and squash everything that you held dear. It's like, wait a minute, I'm all for equality, but I don't have to. I'm not going to be a silent. Like, I'm
yeah,
sorry. No, don't tell our women that they can be whatever they want, but then you're robbing them of that goal or those options.
yeah,
Because you know what? There are people that depend on those scholarships
right,
and they
right.
bust their butts from young childhood all the way up. And it's
Or they
sad.
yeah, that's the only way that they could get anything
Yep.
through a scholarship because maybe economically that wouldn't have been an option, to be
Hmm.
able to go to certain colleges or get certain things. You couldn't do it on your own, and it was only through a scholarship that you would get anything, and it's
Yep.
been taken from you. So,
Well, look
yeah,
at the Girl Scouts. Opened it up for boys.
yeah,
But I'm so glad that the Boy Scouts kept it. Boy
yeah,
Scouts. I
yeah,
am glad they took a lot of heat for that, but they stood their grounds. But they had a lot of scandals themselves with the Boy Scout leader. So I think that's why. But the Girl Scouts opened it up. And it's like, why would you allow boys in with the girls? That is a separate organization that's been around and everybody understood you, at least you weren't discriminating against boys or girls. They each have their own clubs.
right,
And
right,
yet you have to be politically correct. It's like,
yeah. It's something, and it's like we're trying to merge and mesh everything together as one, but it is not the way it is.
No.
Just not gonna be like that, you know. We still got our same bodies. I'm gonna be a woman. I bleed every month.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's just,
Yep.
you know.
Well, here's what I say. You know what? If Bruce Jenner is really a woman, cut your wang off, bitch. Be a woman. If you're still having sex with women with that pecker, you still a man, bitch. You
Did
still a man.
did have that surgery, didn't he? Didn't he do the
No,
castration thing?
nope. He says he refuses to cut it off.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So basically, you're just saying is you're identifying as being gay because if you have sex with a man, you're just gay. If you're having sex with a woman, you're still a
He
straight man.
never did the transition thing.
Not that I think of. I'll look it up. But the last he was saying on his last interview a couple years back when he was doing that show, Caitlyn, he
Uh,
never did it.
oh, I didn't know that, y'all. You know what? I don't follow the blogs as much as I used to, and it's because of the work. I don't have the time and the music. I'm doing other stuff. So I thought that that's what had
Well,
happened.
she said, okay, you're right. She did. She did have it in 2017. Supposedly, she had a gender affirming surgery.
Yeah. And guys, I have a friend,
Wow.
and rest in peace, she died last year. I'm a nurse, and she used to work with me, and I used to precept her, and she was a man, and she actually used to be now listen to this, she was a captain in the Air Force, and she was married with 2 kids, and then she switched over and became a woman. And so she was at the point where she had already done all of the identifying, things. She had to live like a year, I think, or two as a woman, before she could actually have the surgery. And she left and went out the country, I know, to have it done. And I'll never forget, y'all. She asked me right before she left to go have the surgery, "Is it anything I need to know about, you know, having this surgery? Is it anything?" And I told her, I said, "Yeah, make sure you tell them to put the clit in the front."
And you know what? Being a nurse, I always joke that hashtag clits used to be dicks because they were. The guys in the chat always argue with me that that was not true.
Hit it, then you'll feel something.
Yep. Oh, man.
I remember she gave me a blank stare, like, "What?" And I was like, "You'll understand later."
Yep, you sure will.
She came back. It was awful though. I mean, but y'all listen, she finally had the surgery, and she had to get this thing to extend it every day because it'll close up tight. I'm a
Yep,
nurse, and she used to have to put this thing every day to open it up. Whatever. Anyway.
yeah.
So that went okay. But a year later, I remember asking her, "So how's everything going? Did you get to meet a man, or, did you find a boyfriend yet?" She couldn't find somebody that would accept her as who she was, the new person. And so the only thing that she could do was hang out with a girl that was having the surgery the other way.
Right.
So think about that for a minute.
Um, as much as I hate to do this, my mom's calling me and she had some bad news about my stepdad and was supposed to update me. Um,
Okay, I'm sorry.
no, 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 it wasn't you. She just happened to call me and she's been trying to reach me, but me and you have been trying so hard because um, if you have free time next Sunday, I'd like to have you back and let's keep doing this if you want. Sound
Sure,
good?
that sounds
Okay.
great.
All right,
Great.
everybody, this is Ree.
I was
She
okay with
has
stepdad too.
yeah, we're hoping. If you can find her, do you want to tell 'em your channel's name?
Yeah, I'm Ree Still Bloom.
Let me
Uh,
see if I can pull it up for you.
The YouTube. I'm also on Facebook as just simply Re Still Bloom, and then I have a website with my music. It's restillbloom.net, and has all my stuff on there. So yeah.
I am, and she has some good music. And I'm going to give you the link for her channel. Somebody dropped it early, but I'm going to copy it and put it in our link. There you go. There is her link. Check her out. She is only 44 subs away from 1,000.
I ain't getting it. YouTube ain't giving it to me, y'all. I don't know what's going on.
You know what? I'm 140 away. So we're going to make it. I've already got almost 6,000 watch hours, but you know what? We're going to get this taken care of. So you're going to get your 1,000. I'm going to reach my 1,000 because, girl, we didn't get this far to stop, girl.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
so all right, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me and Ree tonight. And hopefully you will see us both next Sunday night. We'll be a little later. We had to move it because there was so much other shows
Yeah,
on tonight.
Sunday. I have to work Sunday, I think. I have to look.
Okay. Will you
Yeah.
let me know this week? Because we
No.
talked. Let me know what day is free for you next week,
Okay.
and we'll go from there.
All right then.
All righty.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. All
Okay.
right.
Bye-bye.
All right. You have a great night.
Okay.
And everybody else, you have a great night. We've got Leslie tomorrow night, and we'll see you guys on the flip side. Don't forget Leslie and Lori tomorrow night. I'll have it in the community post. She really is a nice person, Justice and Apple. Denise, Savannah, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I knew there was more stuff going on tonight. The time was supposed to be later, and Fusion adjusted his. So, but I'm going to talk to my mom, and I will see you guys later. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you all.